Good evening, team. This week's Ponder Point is God is in control. And I don't know about you, but I have trust issues. I have control issues. And there are days when I feel really out of control. And my tendency is to get frustrated and gripe and complain and get angry and not always trust God. And yet how ironic that my life verse, and maybe it's my life verse because I really need it, is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. I have to constantly remind myself that my understanding is not always the clear picture. God's the one who has that clear picture. And so as I was reading the Inspire, Equip, and Support section of our Leader Guide, I was very encouraged. I felt like this lesson was written for me. So I hope that section is an encouragement to you as well. Now as the kids arrive, the anticipated activity we're going to do this week is creating banners. And so we'll have 3 or 4 kids together and they'll create a tribe name and they'll decorate a banner and put their name on it and stuff. And we'll display some of those on the wall. And hopefully it will get them thinking about how the Israelites had banners over their tribes as they were wandering in the desert. And so if they went off playing with their friends or whatever and they wanted to find their family, they just had to look for their family banner. And so that will be the anticipated activity. Then of course we'll have worship and Miss Nelsie, and then we'll have our remember verse. And we'll have the same remember verse that we had last week. We'll have it this week, and then we'll have it one more week next week. So we're going to add a little bit more to it this week. We didn't learn quite all of it last week. We're going to learn a little bit more. Again, it's out of Jeremiah, and when I think of Jeremiah, I think of Jeremiah was a bullfrog, so it's like Jeremiah, right? So just a little sing-song. And then 9:24. Then the verse, the part that we've learned already is, let the one who boasts, and you can put your hands on your hips like you're all proud, like, yep, I got this. So let the one who boasts, boast in this, that he has the understanding. You're just going to nod your head. Yep, I get it. I understand. Yep. He has the understanding to know me, that I am the Lord. And so you can take an L from your left shoulder down to your right hip. And then the part we're adding this week is who exercises. So how we're going to exercise, we're going to do like jumping jacks. So who exercises. And then we're just going to use the first letter of each of these next 3 words. Use the sign language letter for it. So who exercises, and then we're going to say kindness with a K, and justice, we're going to make a J. Take your pinky and draw a J in the air, and righteousness. And so we'll make an R. So take an R out of righteousness. So who exercises kindness, justice, and righteousness on earth. And we'll just draw a big earth. And then that'll be all that we learned for this week. And then we'll end with the address again. Jeremiah 9:24. All right. Then our big God story time will be Mr. Steve. And as you know, it won't look exactly like it does in the text because Mr. Steve always has to add a Mr. Steve touch to it. His Mr. Steve spin on the story. And he will effectively draw out the ponder point and the story of the Israelites in the wilderness. And then after he's done, we'll have an opportunity for the kids to have some time with God. And we want them to respond. We want to create an environment that allows them to connect with God as best as they can. That doesn't always happen. Excuse me, sometimes the kids have some great time with God, but I think a lot of it, this is kind of a new concept for them. But that's what we're wanting them to do, is create that desire, that understanding, and the space for them to connect with their God and realize that He is in control and He wants to take care of them. And so with this one, we have some verses that they can use to replace the struggle that's in their lives. And I have a simpler version of the Bible set, as well as a set that I think comes out of the New International Version. I can't remember, for sure, but it's a little bit harder for some of those youngest ones to understand. So feel free to use either one of those sets and just help the kids as they need. Encourage them to do as much of it as they can, but obviously we are so willing to help them write whatever they want written on their little index cards and stuff. Keep them on task and encourage them, and try and keep a spirit of worship through that time. Then we'll have our small group as we do and have a little discussion. Be sure and bless the kids at the end, and I'm excited to see what God's going to do this week. It's going to be a great week. So the word for today is zebra. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Sunday. Be sure and text me that secret word. Bye-bye.